Hey, what's up, AfterBuzzers? We're talking Supergirl episode 406, Call to Action, Counterpoint with Kara and Lockwood, Trouble in Paradise with Lena and James, and Spike, the Thanksgiving Dragon. We're going to be back in just a sec.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Guns N' Roses.
His voice is very iconic, so I guess I kind of know the song. I kind of don't.
Do you know this? Oh my God, you were hurt. You were killing me before that you didn't know this.
I know.
Does it feature Drake?
Drake, what are you talking about?
There's no mumble rap, okay? This is pre-mumble rap, or whatever the hell. This is classic, man. This is Guns N' Roses Civil War. Because just as Lena predicted, there's going to be a civil war brewing between aliens and the humans. But we're going to get to all of that pretty soon. My name is Jorge Luis Bayo. I am your host today. Along to my left is...
How you doing? My name is Zach Silverman.
Hey guys, Heather Wake.
Right on. What a show we had tonight. We got, let's see, we've got some news going on. We've got our special segment, the scene that we related to the most. We're going to be talking about the counterpoints between Kara and Lockwood, the Trouble in Paradise with Lena and James, and Spike the Thanksgiving Dragon. But first off, overall thoughts, guys.
Go ahead, Heather.
What a weird episode of Harry Potter. I'm not so convinced that I was watching Supergirl.
A lot of cultural references. I don't know. It was an interesting episode.
It was Supergirl / Game of Thrones /
I'm glad you got that. I picked up on that one too.
/ Lifetime. Everybody come to dinner. Yeah.
It's just one of those episodes, you know. Yeah. We're leading up to something really good and big, I think. So.
Super Khaleesi.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
What I got out of it actually was there's a lot of bad liars on the show. None of these people can lie to save their lives. Really, Nia? Really, Nia Long? That's a
playing it
Dr. Mitzi Smith?
I have a lifelong sleep condition, which I suddenly forgot the name of.
Yes, it's a narcoleptic.
The chat's kind of going crazy about that. We're having talks of maybe first transgender superhero. I don't know what she is.
Well, we've been talking about that from the very beginning since she was cast. She's going to be Dream Girl.
Oh, I did not hear about this.
Dream Girl was a member of the Legion.
Where was I with all this talk? I've been here since day one on the of the season. I haven't heard anything about
You
this.
too were suffering from narcolepsy.
I was sleeping during that discussion. I'm sorry about that. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, that's been since the season even before the season even started. We knew that the actress that was cast for Nia Long was going to be Dream Girl, one of the members of the Legion of Superheroes.
Well, I'm excited to see all that.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm guessing there's going to be an episode where everybody's going to be trapped in one of her dreams pretty soon too. But that's a prediction.
Hence she was dreaming about, what was it, chocolate chip cookies today, or muffins or something like that. Okay.
I bet you anything it'll be in a musical episode too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be cool. But then they have to cross it over with the Flash if they're going to do that, because that's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so why don't we get to our topics? So point counterpoint, Kara and Lockwood, that was all leading down to something. It was originally supposed to be James heading in there because Lena had set up the appearance. What'd you guys think?
I mean, Lockwood totally won. I think he won the scene for sure. Mm-hmm. Kind of makes me think, man, James maybe should have been there to do your job, right?
But would have James done much better than Kara did?
No.
Lockwood's an intelligent man. I mean, he's a college professor, obviously, and he knows his stuff.
He's a historian.
Yeah, really good historian. I hate to say it, he makes a valid point to what the Kara bringing up Thanksgiving, what it's all about, and a lot of America likes to wrap the nice bow on it and just be like, that's time for coming together, but forgetting
the genocide.
Yeah.
You mean the genocide that came along with it? Yeah. There's a certain naivety that Lockwood was pointing out that about Kara, that the Winnipeg, the indigenous Winnipeg.
Yes,
right.
Winnipegos or something along those lines.
The Winnipeg.
Not a Winnebago,
Not
Zag.
Winnebago, I know.
Who had fed the pilgrims who had, and helped them through that harsh winter. And then the next thing you know, I mean, are there any Wannapogs now?
Nope.
No. No, it's a pretty clear point. And that all led to actually this idea that now Ben Lockwood is becoming a media starlet. What do you think about him, about Lockwood? Because, is he using is he using this to launch his media stardom now?
Yeah, I think it's like he in all senses living a double life for many reasons. Agent Liberty has a family, which we finally got to see where his kid and wife is. It's a double front for the children of Liberty who are out and like, we're just monitoring the streets, making things good, but behind the scenes, it's just like hate, just pure hate, and it mirrors what like Hitler did when he was coming up with the Nazi youths, and it's just like, it's like Boy Scouts, and we're just trying to make Germany good again, and
That's exactly part of his speech.
I mean, you know where I'm going. It's along those lines where like there's a front side of it where everyone can get behind and be like, this is good for the country, but then there's that hidden agenda behind it where the Nazis, I mean, we all know what became of the Nazis and what they actually did. That's kind of what he is intending for.
Well, he's dropping leaflets from the sky, a manifesto.
Our Black Magic 99 on the chat says he's the Ben Shapiro of Supergirl.
Well, don't you think there's a certain level of cowardice to the way that he's doing it as well? I mean, considering he's wearing a mask to be Agent Liberty, but he's Ben Lockwood on appearing on news programs.
I couldn't help but notice that he sat with his family on Thanksgiving Day,
Right.
and wasn't part of the action that he was calling everyone to.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a pretty big turkey for 3 people, too. Just wanted to point that out. That was like a 30-pound turkey for 3 people who claimed to be poor, by the way.
It was actually an alien turkey that they slaughtered previously.
Oh,
That's what it is.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the episode, they said the mortgage was paid for, so I guess they're getting money from these TV appearances or something. But things are changing and looking better for the Lockwood family. I think, to go back to what you were saying, Ben is kind of... He's not a politician. He doesn't know, and he's just kind of like falling forward with each step and doesn't really... I don't think he's cowardice in a sense.
I just don't think that his motives are completely altruistic. I don't think that he's there doing this thing because it's just... now it seems like he's in it for the money, too. This episode was that's what I was getting out of this episode.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think he's considering the monetary success and the fame sort of like a finally a win. I don't think that's why he's doing it in particular, but he just keeps getting momentum in that justifies what he's doing.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That his fame is just a symptomatic of what he's actually trying to do. Then of trying to put human beings first.
Well, I also think it also goes into a more personal sense in that he feels like the aliens are creating him to be a failure.
He does feel like he's been set up for that because of all of everything that he's lost that we saw in that Man of Steel episode. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But I think it all stems also from that manifesto of Twilight's Last Gleaming, and what was being said there, and the idea that they're all agents of liberty now, so they're all wearing these masks. But the thing about all of them wearing these masks is that the rest of his, what would you say, children of liberty, they don't hide behind it like he does. I mean, they lose that mask very. He hasn't gone on record as saying who he is right. What I'm saying.
And that kind of has me asking a question to you guys. Who do you think at this point is more dangerous, Lockwood or Agent of Liberty? Since Agent of Liberty is now an army of action, but you have the rise of media power that is Lockwood, which is more powerful.
I would say
question.
Lockwood's voice is more powerful. I mean, Agent Liberty hasn't really come to the forefront of things yet. Like we've met him with Supergirl. We haven't really met him in front of like America, or not America, but in front of
in front of the public.
Yeah,
He hasn't
in front of the
been
public.
in the public
Exactly.
eye yet.
He's
only
in
been
small little gatherings
Right.
that became children of.
Yeah, he's
Liberty.
having these town hall meetings all around. Yeah.
But he's a hard man to get in touch with and talk to, as we saw when James was trying to speak with Tom. He's like, "Well, I thought I was meeting with Agent Liberty." And he's like, "Oh, I don't. That's above my pay grade." I think he said something along those lines.
Yeah. But he's, well, that leads us into a whole nother thing now. This trouble in paradise between Lena and James. Now, like, the two of them do not look like they are meshing very well right now.
No, well, everything's starting to finally, like, the tree is shaking. Everything's coming out. I mean, Lena had done a few things in the episodes prior to help him. And I guess, you'll do anything for love, but she's doing it all the wrong ways.
Oh, no, I'm Team Lena.
Are
For
you?
sure, yes.
Okay.
Okay, how so?
Yeah.
It's like Kara said, most of the time she's right, and yet you're not taking her advice. You're totally not working with someone who is kind of your superior in many ways.
Oh, yeah, she owns
It's like
Cat Cow.
yeah, I mean, it's like she said, well, now as the boss, I'm telling you, here's what you need to do. You can't listen to me as your partner.
Yeah. There's a lot of strong arming by a lot of women in this episode too, like the leads of the show, which is kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah. It seemed a little bit of like alpha versus alpha in this sense, where James is. James was Guardian before Lena ever showed up.
Yeah.
Right, and he made that choice. So it is.
But he also didn't do that on his own either. He couldn't have done it without the help of Wynn.
This is true. But now he is still doing it. I mean, but
Kinda.
he was also a
lost
reporter.
cause. Yeah.
But I mean, don't you think he also had a good point in the sense of him being a reporter and that was his job? This is the work, and when he's got to do his job, he's got to do his job.
Yeah.
Because she was, I think, she was acting a little bit more like his, like a smother, if you will.
Smother.
Yeah. Like she was trying to keep it. She was being a little overprotective, in a sense.
Yeah. Well, she has all this money. She has all this knowledge. She does, for the most part, is right a lot of the times, and will do what she needs to do to make sure everyone around her is safe and happy. And sometimes that's going against other people's, other people's integrity and like what they stand for as well.
And their free will.
Yeah.
I think you were right on the right track.
Yeah.
I mean, he still has free will. You don't get to tell me what to do.
See, I think this is nice seeing the side of Lena because it's definitely starting to play into where her lineage comes from, which is going to lead into the news and gossip later in the episode, which is going to be cool. But it's really starting to show who she is as a Luthor, I think. Always trying to, like, control the situation.
Right.
In a sense. So,
But if people listened to her, they wouldn't be in the situation that James is in.
Well, I don't know, because I feel like she's about
Lena,
to go...
I understand you.
But isn't she like isn't she about to play goddess in a sense now with these hearts and the what do we call it?
It's the
Harrenhal
protocol. Yeah, that came out of left field. I totally forgot that she had that, and Tessmucker. I wish I could name that. She was still around and in the lab. This episode was filled with a lot of random storylines,
Right.
Yes.
just like thrown at us all at once. And I'm like,
But also
It's
this,
too
and it's Thanksgiving.
much. Like, slow it down.
So much plot coming at me.
Too much plot coming at me.
Dragons,
where it was-
Harrenhal, sweet potato pie.
Don't even start with the
Sweet potato pie. Oh, that struck a chord, that sweet potato pie, with you guys, huh?
Because they're going one way with the episode, they're going one way with the writing, and then all of a sudden they flip it, and it's just super corny and cheesy. And it happened a number of times in this episode where there's always one or two episodes in the season, and it's before something awesome and big is going to happen. We have Elseworld coming up, I think, in 2-3 weeks. And, you got to have the family time. There's going to be the Thanksgiving and then the Christmas episode, which is going to be filled with, like, kind of corny writing, which is, warm and fuzzy for everybody. But get back to the story. You know?
Well, they got to stretch it out. They got 22 episodes
That's
to
a
do.
lot of episodes. You're right. But yeah, that pumpkin pie, was it?
No,
Sweet
sweet
potato
potato pie. That was kind of like where are they going with Haley?
Yeah.
Really? I mean, is she a hard ass or is she Mother Hubbard? I don't get it. You know, she's baking pies and at the same time saying, "Don't you ever disobey my order again."
I wonder if it's one of those things where as we as an audience are influencing the writers in a sense. Well, we're still, it's only 6 episodes in, so we can't really influence too much. But I wonder if the writers created her and been like, oh, this is too much like Amanda Waller. Let's change it a little bit and have her still be a hard ass, but add in these little flares where we're seeing right here, where it delineates enough for us to be like, she looks like her, but kind of not acting like her, but still kind of does.
Yeah, the writers are like, Amanda Waller would make pecan pie, so we'll switch it up a bit.
No, Amanda Waller wouldn't. Amanda Waller would just be a hard ass through and through. I think they
Amanda
wanna make
Waller
her,
would be like, "No pie for anybody."
yeah, they want to make her likable.
Yeah.
It's just a weird dynamic because it does not.
But we don't need her to be likable. That's what I'm saying. Haley was brought in to be the checks and balances for Agent Danvers, for Alex. So let her be that. Right now, all we've seen from Haley is her give a direct order, Alex disobey it, and Alex be right. So when is Haley going to be right? So what is Haley doing there? Because she's not enforcing.
Haley is just putting in place the boss aspects because Alex couldn't run the DEO.
Well, there was a minor shift with Haley when she said, I know everything that you're doing. I know that you had that investigation under my nose. So maybe it's just moving at a much more subtle pace than one would like.
I can see that. It still feels kind of it seems a little underdeveloped to me, that character. It feel like if you're going to be the boss, then be the boss.
Oh, sure.
You know, this I don't know.
Oh, really? But you didn't want Lena to be the boss.
That's different.
I remember you guys saying that.
No. Well, that's different because the two of them are in a relationship. She can't be the boss of the relationship.
I disagree.
Oh, boy. You know what I don't disagree with, Zach?
Oh,
Yeah.
what is that?
Yeah. I don't disagree with the YouTube channels that we got going on. You want to give them a little...
Hey, AfterBuzzers. Our network produces after shows for nearly all your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more. There's no network that works harder to serve television fans. But we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about those pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel and check out our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. Let us know you did so in the comments, and we'll thank you on air. For now, thanks for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of Talk TV.
Up, and away.
Yes. That helps a lot. I like that.
It is fun to have a little underscore when you read, right?
Yeah.
I love this. Black Magic 99 said Amanda Waller would have made apple pie with nanites in it so she could blow up people who disobey her.
Yes. Good point. Who said that?
Black Magic 99.
Ooh,
Good
like
point.
Black
Not
Magic.
89. 99.
What else we got going on in the chat? Anybody? What's...
Many people seem to be thinking that Lena was right. And Lena should be the boss of the relationship if James is acting stupid with everything he does.
Hey, man. James is
sticking up for his values as being a reporter.
Yes, his ego.
Maybe. I
What?
don't think it's ego. I think it's his values, trying to get back to his roots. If he is making a mistake, which he kind of did,
It's his
then
mistake to
it's
make.
his mistake. But yes,
It's his
It's
mistake
his
to make.
unmarked van to go into. Got it.
Well, oh, right, we're losing pieces. Over here. No, it's his mistake to make. Yes,
It is.
it is. I mean, and we all know that at the end of the day, he's going to get out of it anyway.
we'll see.
We'll
Well,
see.
if he is doing it for the greater good of others, then it's not just his decision. It's the decision that is the best for the greater good.
But what is is the greater good then to not try and change minds, to not try and change hearts? Because that's what he was trying to do. That was his whole intention.
You want to see both sides.
He wanted to see both sides and make it an informed,
Well, I think going on to Counterpoint would have also had the opportunity to change minds.
Would it, though? Because apparently Ben Lockwood was ready for him to show up.
See, that's the whole thing. That he played that. I think this was Ben
Lockwood played that.
It was a setup for him to say that on air so that it could create doubt, I guess, with Guardian, and kind of like strong arm him to be with Children of Liberty, because we see that in the next episode how he's kind of working with them a little bit. So he's a mastermind of some sort.
Well, yeah, because I think Lockwood would have been prepared either way. Had James showed up to Counterpoint, Lockwood would have been prepared for him.
Yeah.
But it was even better that he didn't show up at all.
Because then he could throw him under the bus.
Exactly.
Yeah. Corey B1, yes, says James Olsen sleeping on the couch tonight.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, if it's Lena Luthor's couch, it's probably a really nice one, though. So I mean,
huge.
Yeah, James Olsen's getting no pie tonight. That's for sure. Just sad. Speaking of pie and Thanksgiving, so we Spike the Dragon and Thanksgiving dinner. A lot going on there and a lot to unpack.
Let's go for it.
So there are dragons now in National City.
I liked it.
You did?
It was kind of cool. So my question for that whole point, though, was Spike the alien that they were harboring, or
That's
was
what I
the
thought.
family actual aliens?
No, Spike was the alien.
Spike was the alien. So the Children of Liberty came in and started beating up humans.
Yes.
Cool.
that was the impression I got.
And then Spike came and destroyed them for the most part.
Yes.
And we got a Harry Potter / Game of Thrones reference.
Most certainly, yes.
I like it. I'm cool.
I can live with that.
I'm fine with that.
I could totally live with that.
Yeah. Heather? Thoughts?
I'm just so disappointed now that there is an opportunity to have a dragon as a pet, and I don't get to have one.
I know.
But I guess that's fictional TV.
Especially one that you could shrink down into a little and you can fit him into a little cage and then say, "Hey, there are bad guys in the apartment."
Is that his ability, or was that the image inducer?
That's a good
I
question.
think
It made the same. It made the same visual effect as the visual inducers.
Good question. I think
Shape-shifting
maybe
dragon. They're saying in the chat.
Must
and
be
also that
shape-shifting.
was another one of the cheesiest lines
which
in the
one was
episode
that?
where she holds the would-be dragon, but now a lizard, and she's like, "Well, dogs don't seem to like me, but dragons still got it."
What do you mean still got it? When was the last time that you saw a dragon, Supergirl? Come on.
Somewhere off world. I don't know. She had been to many worlds prior to Earth, I guess, as a child. Maybe there was dragons somewhere else.
Maybe on Krypton she had a pet dragon. I don't know.
I don't know.
What else was going down in Thanksgiving dinner? Neo Nal lying to
That whole little storyline of narcolepsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
There's a lot of cheesy lying. Black
Oh,
Manchester
yeah.
Black lying, and just can't kind of coming out and being like, "Hey, so how do you feel about violence?" And then, well, how do you feel about the telekinetic?
I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, I'm asking for friends, not mine. I'm just holding it. I got a guy in my bathroom, but he's not. It's not my house. It's somebody else's.
Would you read somebody's mind? Let's just say, Manchester Back in Black. Yeah. That was a guy that was whooping some butt.
Which, by the way, he is kidnapping and torturing a cop. Let's not forget that.
Petrocelli.
Yes.
Yeah.
Granted, who he is, I get it's he deserves all of it, but still, the ramifications of all of that is so wrong.
But I mean, I
So
think
bad.
this is the Manchester Black that we expect to see at least.
I'm
Like
happy with
if we're not going to have him have powers, which
I'm okay with
the
that.
jury's still out, but
Jury's still out. I don't know. Tehran and I both thought we saw something. We don't know. I guess it would make sense if he had powers, he would do it himself.
and what a tease that was, though, when he was like, "Well, if you're not going to share your mind, I will
Yeah.
Get someone else to
I
do
will
it.
pull out this paper that I was just given. I was like, oh, that's right. I could go to Thanksgiving dinner.
Find John and see if I can get him to come over and read this guy's mind. Yeah, he doesn't have the powers.
Yeah.
Yet.
We'll see.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool if he did, because when Manchester Black does have those psionic powers, he makes people's eyeballs bleed.
Yeah.
Which would be fun.
Well, if he's not psychic, at least he's a sociopath in this episode.
I just wonder if they were to give him the powers, if they would bring in the rest of the elite. You
Right.
know? There's the lady that's got the weird little like lizard things that she shoots out of her, and
The
she's
wings.
dragging. There's Hat, the guy that's the magician that's always drunk, and what was the power dude, Cold Stone or something like that? What Cold Stone Creamery maybe? I don't.
Next.
My power is Fruit Loops on ice cream. No.
Ooh, the chat seemed to think that he'll get his powers from Lena, and the Harinel will make him psychic.
Oh, you guys just stole my predictions.
Leave it in the comments, guys. We want to know what you think.
Thanks.
We'll check them out for next episode.
You guys just totally stole my predictions. But I would love to see Manchester Black come out. The only thing that I'm concerned about is that, you know, he's always wearing that Union Jack, so it's going to be kind of hard to hide.
This is true.
Hey,
He had that, it was a little on the nose, but had the British flag on his shirt for Thanksgiving.
oh yeah,
And his name is Manchester Black.
he called it Pilgrim Day.
How many things can they throw on him? I don't know.
He called it Pilgrim Day. Loved it.
Regarding Nia, the Kevin Smith episode is supposed to reveal more of her powers.
Is that right?
Yes. So
Shoot, we'd love to get Kevin Smith on this. Anybody got a line on that?
That'd be awesome, guys.
Kevin, can you hear me?
Kevin, if you're listening, we'd love to have you come over and play and talk with us. Let's get into some news and gossip, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So you got some news for us.
I mean, if you've been on the internet at all, it's hardly news. We all know that John Cryer is the new Lex Luthor. There's been quite a few tweets that he's given too. He gave a shout out to the classic Mr. Rosenbaum, who will be a fan favorite for many, many eons. What does he say? I can only aspire to be as good as Michael Rosenbaum in Smallville. I think that's what a lot of people would agree with. It's big shoes to fill, right? But even Michael Rosenbaum gives him the nod and says, best of luck.
Kill it, pal. What else is
Lex
hashtag
Luthor,
hashtag Supergirl. Right on.
Yeah, let's move on to the next one. Yes.
Yeah, but he's all smiley.
Yeah.
I know,
see
right?
with a scowl.
Over there.
Move on to one more, the next one, because it's my favorite. Oh, yes.
There we go.
Lex Luthor casting process. Hey, you're bald.
Who was this? Was this Variety? No. Who tweeted that?
This
Jared
is,
Monroe.
Yeah, fun guy named that Jared Monroe.
Hey, you're bald. Why not?
Hey, you're bald. And then this guy, who was a lawyer. Yeah, this guy.
Help with the baldness aspect. I'm here for you.
Love it. And the only other bit of news I have, I mentioned a little bit about the Kevin Smith episode, Bunker Hill. It's going to have a bit of a horror aspect.
Oh, that totally sounds like Dream Girl then.
That'd be kinda
Exactly.
More like
a nightmare.
Ooh, that
I
should
think
be fun.
he's going to be playing things like, or he pulled a lot of inspiration from things like Jacob's Ladder and stuff like that.
Oh, he's a big horror guy.
You forgot to mention something about John Cryer, though. I mean, the chat just called it out. John played
Oh yes, Lenny Luthor. I knew I was
Lenny Luthor
going
in
Lenny
Superman
Knew I
4.
forgot something.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's
I
a
got
nice
all
little homage to have him back into this
exactly.
universe.
They like to pull a lot of people from Smallville, right?
Yeah.
Sam Witwer.
Well, he
and now
wasn't on
John-
Smallville. I mean, that was
Oh,
like
right.
Superman 4.
The
or
Superman
something
4,
in
that's
the
right.
movies, yeah.
Was that the Richard Pryor one, guys? That was the Richard Pryor one, wasn't it?
I didn't see that one.
Oh boy, that was a hard
I
one.
think it was, though.
That was a tough movie. That was a tough movie to watch. I'm sure it doesn't stand up today. But how do you guys feel about the John Cryer Lex Luthor?
It's hard. I like Rosenbaum best, but
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Well, Gene
it's
Hackman
nice
is still
to
my Lex
yeah.
Luthor.
Yeah.
It's nice to be surprised. I'm ready to be surprised.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hey,
to
he's
be-
bald. Well,
Why
that's-
Just not so smiley.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of pictures of him just being smiley. I mean, we all know him from a lot of us are familiar with him from 2.5 Men.
I will say, if it is brilliant, it's going to be so exciting because that's what makes all of these career transformations so fun to watch when somebody really embodies a role that you never would have seen prior.
Well, I mean, he's always been a talented actor.
Yeah.
So I can see. So I'm just like Hale. I'm gonna give the rope. Just like General Hale, I'm gonna give the rope.
Find a
Hopefully
chair.
there will be a chair.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
That's hilarious.
All right, predictions, my friend. Oh no, special segments. Oh, I'm
We
so
do have
sorry. I
special
totally
segments.
well,
Almost missed that. On
almost
that one.
missed that one. Okay, so the scene that you most identified with.
I, despite everything I was saying today, can relate a lot with Lena, with James. I would say
With Lena, with James. Which
Yeah.
one?
with Lena.
Ah.
In the James conversation. Although I believe James did things for his I support James if it was me in the situation in a relationship. I am very caring and I would do anything for my partner and I understand where she's coming from.
Oh, that's so sweet.
there you go.
He's single, ladies.
I am.
He will do anything for his partner.
And so is James after this episode.
Oh.
Yeah, she gave me the cold shoulder at Thanksgiving.
Scene I most resonate with, Brainy eating the sweet potato pie and then trying to play it cool.
Oh, yes. It's kind of hard to play it cool with potato pie in your face.
Exactly. We're like, yes, I'm going to keep a low profile. I don't know how humans work.
For me, I'm going to have to say it's that last scene between Hale and Alex when she's like, don't disobey another one of my orders. And Alex is just totally, I'm going to follow my instincts, bitch. I'm going to do what I do because that's what makes me a good leader. I'd like to think that's me. I do what I do. All right. Now,
love it.
You love it? You love
it.
Well, I love you, man. But. Anyway. Back to predictions. Now you can play that predictions music.
There we go.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right, guys. What are you thinking?
It's hardly a prediction since we've already talked about it. I do think we'll definitely get more clarity on Neonal's powers and that it will have something of a nightmare quality. And I think next episode there will be a griffin. Just gonna play a wild card.
All right.
A griffin. Okay,
right,
cool.
okay.
I think we're gonna get to. I would love to see who's gonna be the test subject for Lena, the human test subject. So I don't know if we're gonna get that this episode, the episode coming up, because it seems like there's gonna be a big focus with James and Supergirl. Obviously, Supergirl gonna save the day, as always. But I would love to see some type of test subject, and it be someone that we know.
I'm with you on that one, Zach. I think
be
it
kind
was
of
already
really interesting.
discussed in the chat, but the idea of Manchester Black getting his psionic
Yes.
powers,
Yes.
with the Harnell protocol,
That'd
I
be so
can
cool.
see that going down, man. That would be really, really cool. Or maybe another member of the elite coming out of that. Let's find out.
I dig it.
Yeah, I can dig it. All right, guys, that's our show for tonight. Thank you for watching and listening and subscribing and sharing and commenting and all the good stuff. My name is Jorge Payo. You can find me at the El Jorge on all of my social media. That is TheelJorge. How about you guys? Where can they find you?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Hey guys, my name is Zach Silverman. You can find me all across social media at Zach with CH Silverman 2, and you can catch me on Tuesdays at The Flash. And I hope all of you guys have a happy Thanksgiving this Thursday coming up.
But you are number one, of course.
Oh, thank you.
Hey guys, you can find me at Heather.Wake on Instagram, Heather_Wake on Twitter, and you can also see me this Tuesday for AfterBuzz TV's The Gifted.
All right. That's our show for tonight. We'll see you next time.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.